Hello guys, my name is Pedro Madrigal and today we're going to talk about how AI is transforming education by personalizing learning experiences and streamlining administrative tasks to enhance efficiency and effectiveness in the classrooms. Artificial intelligence is transforming education in numerous ways, empowering both educators and students. AI has the potential to enhance personalized learning, to improve administrative processes, and revolutionize educational approaches. With the ability to access vast amounts of data and perform complex tasks, AI is revolutionizing education and creating exciting opportunities for the future of learning. Our first guest today is going to be Gordon Staples. He is enrolled with the expert in debating argumentation, advocacy, political communication, and public diplomacy. He is enrolled in elections, media, and politics. And today we're going to hear his own opinion with AI. My first question is how can AI help personalize and adapt learning experiences for students?
Oh, good question. Um, I think AI can help students in the overall learning experience by helping to close the gap between their writing and analysis about unfamiliar matters, new circumstances, or new settings. If you think about AI and generative tools as a series of resources to let students draw upon that information, there's a real possibility that those tools can help students become far more familiar with different subjects as they're doing presentations or assignments or different kinds of work. So I think that's probably the single biggest area I think it can help students.
Following to that question, how can AI contribute to lifelong learning and continuing education initiatives?
Hmm. Uh, well, that's another good question. Um, it can probably contribute to lifelong learning and similar programs to the degree that the generative AI tools are widely and freely available. In a world where tools like ChatGPT and others are available to anyone, regardless if you're enrolled in school or you're in a university, there's a real possibility that those tools can help those individuals gain access, become familiar with those materials, regardless of whether they're a student in there. So I think that's probably the best way to help them close the gap. But that presupposes those tools are really available for everyone.
Yeah, I see. Another question for you is how do you envision the future of AI in education?
Whew. Well, I think the future of AI in education is probably faculty and students working together to strike a balance. For students, the balance is the tools will help them, will make it easier for them to do certain kinds of projects, certain kinds of assignments, but it will also shortchange or hinders the student's ability to understand how to do the work. So if it's more of a process product question, it will be easier to do, but it will prevent the students from learning a little bit about how to do it overall. For faculty, I think it's the opposite side of that tension where faculty will really have to work not just to teach students to produce a certain work product, but to understand how that kind of work product can be produced. And that's going to be a bit of a tension, but I think that's kind of the challenge for both groups going forward.
Well, this has been the end for our interview, and thank you for your time. Thank you for letting us what was your opinion in AI. Thank you. And our second guest will be Olivia Mari. Let's go listen to her opinion about AI. Could you introduce yourself and tell us what career you work in?
Yeah, hi, my name is Olivia Mowry, and I'm the Assistant Director of Digital Content at USC Annenberg's Marketing and Communications Department here at USC.
Okay. We're gonna start the questions already. Um, how has AI been affecting education these days?
Um, AI in education, I think what I can speak to is from a like sharing information outside. like getting it, my main role is just to help get information to students, whether that's through stories of what other students are doing or activities on social media. So we share posts like that. And AI has not really, I guess, like impacted our workflow very much. But what it can do is to allow us to expand our content creation abilities. Like we've been experimenting with Photoshop's ability to expand a photo. In the past, if we got a small photo, there wasn't a lot we could do with it. But now we actually, there was a perfect example where we were able to expand the background and make an image bigger and a better quality size for our use for it. So I believe that as tools, AI is going to be helpful for in education to help share out information in those ways of content.
That sounds good. Do you think can AI replace the educational experience? Like in your opinion?
In my opinion, no, AI can't replace an educational experience. It can be a tool, as I mentioned before, but there's the example of the lawyer who used AI in the courtroom and just trusted that ChatGPT was telling him truthful previous cases that he could use in his real life case. And they were all false. And they weren't, even though he asked ChatGPT, he like typed in saying, "Are these real cases?" And ChatGPT said yes. And he was like it was wrong. It was incorrect. And now those lawyers are being censured. So it's not a tool, it can't replace the educational experience because it's just a predictive tool. It's not, or especially for like ChatGPT, for example, it's a predictive tool, and it's not a factual based tool. It's not looking for the right answer for you. It's looking for what it's digested in terms of predicting the next coming text for your answer.
Well, thank you for your time, Sylvia, and thank you for letting us know your opinion about AI and how it can improve education. Thank you. Our next guest speaker will be Arlene Gonzalez. Our first question will be, what steps can be taken to ensure responsible and ethical use of AI in education?
I think definitely putting in place guidelines, like even within a syllabus, like when it's acceptable and when it's not. And I think that should definitely be up to the educator in how they would like their classroom to run, whether it be AI as an example of what not to do, or using AI as a source of how to make a foundation to a writing piece or a research piece.
Okay. The next question is, how do you envision the future of AI in education?
I think there's two ways that could go. I think AI could either disappear because of punishments, or it can continue and thrive in education, whether that be for the use of only educators or students.
All right. What's your opinion of AI as a student?
I think as a student, AI is a scary thing because you're starting to see how a computer can kind of take over human knowledge and can take over opportunities from the students and from people going into the working field. But it's also seen as an opportunity of other careers, whether or not be a traditional translation career. It can be like computer science, which is thriving because of AI and all of these generated bots.
Well, thank you for your time, Charlene. Thank you so much for your time, Arlene. What is next in my podcast is my personal opinion with AI. I feel that AI has brought some issues to education. One of the problems is that it could replace teachers, which means too fewer opportunities for them and less personal interactions for students. There are also worries about biases and mistakes in AI algorithms, which could make education opportunities unfair. Another concern is that relying too much on AI might hinder critical thinking and creativity, because students may rely too heavily on automated solutions. To tackle these problems, it's important to use AI as a tool to enhance learning while also being cautious of its limitations and ensuring fairness in its implementations. Thank you guys for your time. I hope you guys have a great weekend and thank you guys for watching my podcast. This is Pedro Madrigal signing off.